Although I live in the slime and muck of the Dark Age, although I stumble in the thick black fog of materialism, the tradition of meditation is waning, and we are drunk with spiritual pride.
This is regarded as a very dark age and a time in which the world's wisdom has, in some sense, faded.
This is the time of hell on earth. Sadness is always with us, and unceasing depression fills our minds.
The Chinese had invaded, and there was a time before that when Tibet was really, you might say, a spiritual paradise. But now it was like a hell. The teachings were going to be lost if they couldn't be transferred to the West. And so his whole role in life was to make that transfer.
He had an urgency about him. He never gave up on anyone, on showing us the full potential of our humanity.
The heretics and bandits of hope and fear are transformed into crazy wisdom.
Crazy wisdom person, which is a direct translation from the Tibetan, what's known as Yeshe Cholwa. Yeshe meaning wisdom, Cholwa is gone wild. So in this case, it's a craziness gone wisdom.
We had this conversation way back in '72, I think, in San Francisco. We were comparing our itineraries. And I said, don't you get tired of constantly going around? I'm getting a little tired of running around. He said, oh, that's because you don't like your poetry. I said, what do you know about my poetry? And he said, well, why don't you do like the great poets of old, like Milarepa? Why don't you just get up on stage and compose on the tongue? Why do you need a piece of paper? Don't you trust your own mind?